Hi, I'm Shane Goodrich from Local Liberty, and today we are talking to Larry Rector and why he's not voting and why you shouldn't either. Larry, are you crazy? What do you mean? You're not going to vote in the presidential race?
Well, some might think I am crazy, Shane, but as you'll recall from our last discussion here, I'm a bit of a radical. And as such, I believe that the entire system is so corrupt, inefficient, and broken that to vote in this election is worse than a waste of time. It's actually lending legitimacy to a corrupt and broken system. And I think this is actually going to resonate with a lot of people out there because, if anything, this election has served to highlight America's total apathy towards the entire process.
Well, we have two of the most hated candidates in modern political history. Trump's and Hillary's unfavorable ratings are very high. A lot of the voters are very upset these candidates are actually the candidates. But what about maybe an alternative? Why you say you don't want to vote at all in the presidential election? So that includes not voting for a third party, a Jill Stein, a Gary Johnson. That's just no vote.
No vote. In other words, a vote of non-confidence. I believe the entire system is corrupt, and it's not going to matter which candidate you put in office because the system itself is too broken.
Why is the system broken? What fundamentally is wrong with the system from your anarchist perspective?
Oh, we could go on for a while about that. You could point out a lot of flaws, why it's immoral, why it's corrupt, why it's broken. The underlining idea is I think it's immoral to use force of any kind, especially under the guise of government, to impose my will on the world. No matter who I vote for, we're going to still be going to war, we're going to still be doing things that I don't approve of, and I refuse to be a part of it. And furthermore, the hundreds of hours that I could have spent following those candidates on videos, following blog posts, following the news, instead I could be putting that to use working within my local community to strengthen and empower people, to start initiatives. And I think that would be a way better use of my time than to vote in an election in which I don't think my vote counts at all.
So it doesn't matter to you, even though in the case of Hillary and Trump, I don't favor them and their policies, but there might be other candidates, other viewpoints that I might favor. I mean, does that resonate with you at all? Say there was a candidate running for a presidential race that really embodied a lot of your beliefs. We'll say not all of them, no candidate's perfect, it's difficult to be in the political system that we have, but maybe you're thinking in a pragmatic way, you go, wait, I can make the world maybe a little bit better place, even though the system is not very good. Does that appeal to you all, that idea?
The lesser of evils. If I still had a glimmer of hope that the system could be saved, I would do so. In fact, I think if you're, say, just on the fringe but not quite in the anarchist camp, say libertarian, then yes, a strategic vote for a third party would probably be the way you're going to go.
But just to be clear, that's not the lesser of evils necessarily if the candidate is a candidate that positively represents your views, as opposed to strategically voting like, I hate Trump so much, I'll vote for Clinton, or I hate Clinton so much, I'll vote for Trump. This is like, no, I actually endorse this candidate's political viewpoints, for whatever level you need to consider that acceptable. Some candidates you might go, I agree with most of that, but they have a few things I really don't like. Well, you might have the hypothetical perfect candidate yourself, or so some of that embodies all your views. But there's the practical level of going, hey, this candidate's mostly good. They're pretty good, and I think these policies will overall net effect make the world better, and it'll cancel out the negative stuff.
Okay, so two problems with that. First of all, you don't become a radical unless you either believe, unless you're completely disillusioned with the efficiency, with the effectiveness of the system, or the immorality of the system. In other words, even if this candidate represents everything you believe in, you think he's gonna make some positive changes, the system itself will still prevent him from making those changes. The president is not all powerful. He still has to deal with Congress. Furthermore, a president that perfectly represented my ideals would never run for office. An anarchist running for office is like an atheist trying to become the bishop of a Catholic church so we could talk about there not being a God. It makes absolutely no sense. So I'm not going to cast my vote at all because I feel it legitimizes a system that I feel is corrupt and broken beyond repair. And I'm advocating for other people not to vote either, and the reason is because either A, you're not going to spend any time following the debates, following the candidates at all, and you're going to make an uninformed vote.
Or don't do that.
You're going to spend hundreds of hours following those things, which I feel, this is just my belief here, that it's a complete waste of time, and you could have spent that time doing something a lot more productive within your community.
Can you I talked to you about this before the show. Can you do both? I mean, I'm trying to do advocacy and talk about local news issues here on Local Liberty. Probably one of the reasons, for creating the show was to do that and to have an impact. But I also can spend some of my time following the presidential election race. I can, in some cases, not spend that much time knowing that one or two candidates are bad. In case of Trump or Hillary, they have a few positions that are so outrageous, I can go, oh my God, I don't need to go into a detailed, systematic look at your opinions, like in the case of Trump, because he's a buffoon who says this nonsensical statements, and Clinton has a record you can very easily look at online and fairly quickly come to a point of view where you go, wait, those aren't my beliefs. On the other hand, it might take a lot more hours to understand that Gary Johnson or Jill Steiner, people are advocating other points of view, but that's the same with an anarchist, right? Because most people don't understand anarchy or what you're specifically standing for, which is anarcho-socialism.
Anarcho-socialism.
So people are going to have to spend lots of time to learn about that and to learn about that philosophy. Mm-hmm. So there's always going to be that learning aspect. But you say it's just a complete waste of time. It's just wasting your time.
I'm saying that time could be better invested as well. Yes, it is possible to do both, but any amount of time spent following these candidates and looking into them, I feel personally, is a waste of time. Something that could have been used more effectively.
What about for the fun factor? Watching Trump sometimes is pretty fun. What about that?
You got to admit the guy is entertaining, if nothing else. This particular election, it feels like a game of tic-tac-toe. The only way you can win is to not participate. Once you know the rules of the game, there's just no way to win this.
All right, Larry, where can they find you out and hear more of your radical viewpoints?
Well, I'm going to be posting some articles for your blog. You've already put one up.
Oh yeah, check it out. Larry's, what's the title of that blog?
It's an introduction to social anarchism.
Okay.
And also I have my own website. It's kind of small right now, but it's going to be growing. It's livingLikeLarryOnline.com. Go ahead, check it out if you're interested at all in my radical ideology.
Hey, Local Liberty's growing too. You have to start somewhere. This has been Larry Rector. My name's Goodrich. We'll talk to you folks later.